Hello, hi everybody. I'm Thekla Petridou, a Greek Cypriot YouTuber, psychologist and author, and this is our weekly video in English. Today it's Friday, the 11th of June 2021, and lately I'm trying to be consistent and upload a video in English every week. This means that I'm in a good mood, because those of you who watch my channel generally, you know that I upload a couple of videos in Greek each day. In order though to upload a video in English, I need to be in a good mood, because English is not my mother tongue, and I make a lot of mistakes in pronunciation and grammar and syntax when I talk in English, and I'm not in a good mood. So these days, being in a good mood, I try my best to upload a video every Friday. Today's subject is inspired by a similar video we made we uploaded on my channel this week. And the title, the theme, the question that we'll try to answer is this: are these good times for spiritual people or psychoeducated people? What is a psychoeducated person? There is no such word in the dictionary, psychoeducation, psychoeducated person. It's a made-up word. We made this word with my colleague and partner in our online presence, Dr. Aristoniki Theodosiou, who is a very well-educated academic, a psychologist, and she owns a PhD amongst other qualifications. She has more than 4 master's degrees, I think. Anyway, she's the scholar one, I am the talkative one. And she introduced this term to explain what we do online. Online, when we make videos, or when we make presentations, or when we teach webinars, we do not do psychotherapy, even though we are both psychologists. But we do what we call psychoeducation, which means that we educate people about psychology and about personal development from the view of a psychologist. So we use this term psychoeducation, psychoeducated people who are on a psychoeducative path. And what we mean mostly is that we try, through our digital online presence and through the books we write, we try to help people to get to know themselves better, to get to know how their brain works, how their heart works, how their emotions work, how their cognition works, what their actions are affected, how their actions are affected by several internal and external stimuli. And our basic goal is not to make people psychologists, because you need to go and study at the university to become a psychologist. You cannot become a psychologist by watching YouTube videos or attending seminars, but you can be more close to yourself. You can monitor yourself for any difficulties you have in your life. I mean, you can try to understand why you feel the way you feel, why you get angry, why you get sad, how you get affected by some other people's behavior, and how you can become a better person. I know this sounds like a Sunday school sermon, how to become a better person, but we strongly believe that people need ethics. And there are several kinds of ethics. And we believe that humanitarian ethics that are supported by psychological knowledge can help people to have a healthier life, a more productive life, and a more, why not, spiritual life. No matter if they believe in a religion or they join the church, being a spiritual person means that you have a humanitarian guidance in your life, you have a purpose in your life, a main purpose, which is to become a better person and to be a better version of yourself in order to make your life and the world better. There are several paths to this: religions, philosophies, many practical ways of people trying to better their lives. Our way is psychoeducation. It's through getting educated about psychological knowledge, learning about techniques on how to deal with our feelings, how to deal with life's difficult circumstances, how to deal with problems in relationships with ourselves, and problems in relationships with others. I say again, I should emphasize that we do not do any psychotherapy online, or we do not offer any diagnosis online. We help people to get to know themselves better and to get the incentive, if they need it, to visit in person a psychologist of their own choice in order to have an assessment of their mental situation, or to have psychotherapeutic sessions, etc. One of my followers on my YouTube channel, she sent me one heartbreaking message in one of my social media. I don't know which. I don't know if it was. I don't remember if it was on Instagram, on my Facebook page, or on any of my messengers, Facebook messengers. And she said that, is it a good time for psychoeducated people to leave 2021? And she describes some disheartening experiences she had lately in her social interaction. The pandemic hopefully is coming to an end, and here in Cyprus we started to have more freedom of movement, so we go to places, we meet people, we started to get out of the house. And she says, I see that everybody is aggravated. People are aggravated. People are like wild. I see a lot of negative feelings coming from people towards me. I see toxicity in people's relationships. You see angry faces all the time. You see people not respecting other people. I feel that I'm like a lamb in the jungle, and lions are all around me. Is it a good idea to be a spiritual person, or to continue my psychoeducation during those times, or should I also become bad in order to survive? So this is our basic question today. Is this a good time to approach life with spirituality? Is this a good time? Because society and most people around us are not in a good mood. They are not in a good state of mind. There are so many people angry. There are so many people that do not have any patience to get to know other people better. There are so many people around us that they act as perpetrators. They act as violently and as I don't know. So many people are bad. Yes. Or they act in a bad way. She has a point asking this, if it's really worth it to try to be a good person when you are surrounded by people who don't have any spiritual drive and they don't do anything to better themselves, and they spread toxicity around them, and they blame everybody else for their problems and their feelings, and they don't take any responsibility of themselves. So many psychosocially immature people around us, and we raise some of them. Those of us who are parents, we might have raised some of them. Is this a good time to be a spiritual person? Is this a good time to try your best and try to exercise spirituality, whereas people around you don't? My opinion is that this is the best time ever to exercise spirituality and humanitarian values. This is the best time ever. Why? Because first of all, you have a lot of material to work with. Imagine if you are trying to be a better person and you are living amongst angels. You wouldn't have any incentive. You wouldn't have any tests. You wouldn't have the opportunity to test yourself or exercise yourself in order to become a better person. It would be like, what is there to learn? Everybody behaves to me in their best ways. Everybody is respectful. Everybody is communicative and open. So I don't need to try in order to become spiritual. But especially at these times, we have a special opportunity to work on ourselves, to do the heavy spiritual work of bettering ourselves and trying to understand our emotions, to talk with our emotions and regulate our emotions and our behavior so that we are more of we have more of a positive impact on the world and the society rather than a toxic or a catastrophic one. I love challenges. I like challenges, and especially spiritual challenges. I like challenges that have to do with things that I can control. Because what I can control is only myself. Nobody can control anybody else but themselves. This is a big truth that we teach here on our channel, that it's neither a good idea nor possible to change another person. The only person you can change in your life, in the course of your life, is your own self. The only person you can better is yourself. So, right now, whereas this doesn't seem to be a very welcoming era and a very welcoming time for this, now it's the best time to exercise spirituality and to better yourself against all odds. I love challenges. I love challenges because it's so challenging today to be a good and genuinely polite person. It's so challenging today not to let yourself get carried away by toxicity that is spread by your so-called enemies or so-called opponents. You know, there are some people that they decide they don't like you. Usually they don't like you because you do things that are against their perspective and against their perspective of the world and against their goals. You know, some people, they just want life to go by in a corrupted way, and they want the society to be corrupted, and they want their company that they work in to be corrupted, and they want the government to be corrupted, and they want everybody to be corrupted so that they can have monetary gain from going unnoticed in a corrupted society. And when some people, they go into a business, they go into a venue, and they try to be, or they are already clear, crystal clear, and they don't have any willingness to be corrupted, then all the corrupted people consider them their enemies. Because if you have someone who has lied, metaphorically talking, who has lied in a dark place, light will show all the ugly things. So some people decide they don't like us. They decide they decide that they are our opponents, and they decide to become our enemies, and they try to break us down. They try to take us down using what we call psychological warfare. I have written a book, not my book that came out yesterday. For the Greek-speaking audience, yesterday my book, my sixth book, was published in Greece, and you can find it online on psychologists.gr site and in bookshops around Greece and Cyprus. The name of the book is Έρωτας αυτός ο αδιάγνωστος, which means eros, erotic love, this undiagnosed condition. I'm just saying it. The previous book that came out in 24th of October 2019, it's a book with the title Psychological War. And in that book, I explain the ways in which people try to take you down. What the toxic ways, and then somehow narcissistic ways, in some ways narcissistic ways, they use to make you doubt yourself, to make you believe that you are crazy. They use gaslighting, they use stonewalling, they use passive aggressiveness, they use ghosting in order to take you down, to break your morale, to make you feel bad, to make you want to get away from your cause and your fight. So, some people consider themselves our enemies and our opponents, and they try to take us down. So they do all these negative behaviors, which are difficult to us to come to terms with, because on purpose they are being hostile behaviors. So this is the best time of ever to put in use all of the knowledge we have here in our channel about regulating our emotions, our thoughts, and our actions, and how to view life differently. This is a whole big procedure. It cannot be explained in a video, but if you listen to all the videos in English, the videos in English in my channel are like 80 something. The videos in Greek are like 3,000 something. So it's much easier to listen to all the videos in English. You will get a general idea about spirituality and psychoeducation. Now, it's the best time than ever to exercise spirituality. I strongly believe this. I try to exercise this. Sometimes I have good results, sometimes not so good, because we are all human and our powers are somehow limited, and we are programmed to have errors and malfunctions. But if you fight on the good fight, and if you invest on getting yourself to a better place and becoming a better person, a more honest person, a more sincere person, a more loving person, a more spiritual person, the gain you're going to have is huge, is immense. You're going to have a much happier and better life. What's the reason of living this life if we cannot enjoy it? How can you enjoy your life if you keep compromising and keep being subjected to fear and toxicity? You cannot have happiness. But if you manage to win this internal fight and manage to get yourself to a point where you see life differently and you approach life differently because of your psychological education, psychoeducation, and your spirituality, then yes, you've won the battle. And if you keep fighting it, you'll keep winning it, and you'll keep to be happy. Someone asked me recently, "Are you happy?" And I said, "Yes, I am happy." He said, "Everything in your life is perfect." I said, "No, by far. Not everything in my life is better." "Why are you happy?" "I'm happy because I play the game in my life. I decide that I'm going to be a good person and not a bad person. I decide that I'm going to be sincere. I decide how I'm going to feel. I don't allow other people to own me, control me, or use their negativity in order to affect me and change me. That's why I'm happy." And I wish for all of us to be happy and keep getting happier. See you next Friday, hopefully, with a new video in English. If you liked my video, you can put like on it, thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel or share it with your friends. Feel free to do whatever you wish. Bye. Have a nice weekend, everybody.